Have you ever noticed that the people who are actually winning in life are usually the quietest ones in the room? They're not posting every move. They're not telling everyone their plans. They're not looking for validation or applause. They just work in silence. And somehow, they always seem to be 10 steps ahead of everyone else. That's not a coincidence. That's a psychology. And today, we're going to break down exactly what's happening in the mind of someone who works in silence and why it's one of the most powerful things you can train yourself to do. We live in a world that rewards loud. Post your goals, share your journey, document everything. And on the surface, that sounds motivating. But here's what the research actually shows. When you tell someone your goal, your brain gets a hit of dopamine, as if you already achieved it. The announcement feels like progress, but it isn't. You haven't done anything yet. You just talked about doing something, and now your brain, having already gotten its reward, has less drive to actually follow through. Psychologists call this social reality. When other people acknowledge your goal, your mind starts treating it as partially real. The motivation that should have gone into doing the work got spent on talking about it. This is why the loudest people in the room are rarely the most productive. They've already spent their energy on the announcement. People who work in silence have figured something out that most people never will. The work is the point, not the recognition, not the likes, not the comments, the actual work. And because of that, every ounce of their mental energy goes into execution. Here's what that looks like in practice. They don't share their plans until they have results. Not because they're secretive, but because unfinished work is fragile. When you expose an idea too early, to criticism, to doubt, to other people's opinions, you risk killing it before it ever had a chance to breathe. They're immune to external validation. They don't need someone to tell them they're on the right track. They've built an internal compass. They know what they're working toward, and they trust the process. Even when nobody's watching, they're comfortable being misunderstood. While everyone else is wondering what they're doing, they're building. And when the results show up, no explanation is needed. The work speaks for itself. This isn't just philosophy. There's real neuroscience behind why silence and focus create better outcomes. When you're working in silence, without the noise of notifications, social media, other people's opinions, your brain enters a state of deep focus. Psychologists call this flow state. It's when your prefrontal cortex is firing on all cylinders, and your brain is operating at its highest level of clarity and output. Here's the problem. Flow state takes time to enter. Research shows it takes an average of 23 minutes of uninterrupted focus to reach deep flow. Every notification, every check-in, every time you stop to post an update, you reset the clock. You never get there. Silent workers protect their flow state like it's the most valuable asset they have, because it is. They batch their communication. They turn off notifications. They create environments where deep work is the default, not the exception, and the output compounds over time in ways that shock the people around them. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Working in silence is hard, not because the work is hard, but because silence forces you to sit with yourself. No external validation, no feedback loop, no one telling you you're doing great, just you and the work. And for most people, that's terrifying. We've been conditioned to need external approval. Every like, every comment, every good job from someone else has trained our brains to seek validation as a reward. When you remove that, it feels like something is wrong, like you're invisible, like you're falling behind. But here's what's actually happening. You're building something more powerful than applause. You're building self-trust, the deep, unshakable knowing that you can rely on yourself, regardless of whether anyone is watching or clapping. That's the thing that separates people who occasionally succeed from people who consistently win. You don't have to be naturally quiet or introverted to adopt this. It's a practice. First, stop announcing your goals. Let your results do the talking. The next time you feel the urge to post about something you're working on, pause. Channel that energy back into the work instead. Second, create a daily silent work block. Minimum 1 hour. No phone, no notifications, no music with lyrics, just you and the task. This is your most important hour of the day. Third, measure your progress. Keep a private journal. Track your wins privately. Build your own evidence that you're moving forward. Fourth, get comfortable with being misunderstood. People will wonder what you're doing. They'll assume you're not doing much because you're not posting about it. Let them. The results will answer every question. Fifth, shift your definition of winning. Winning isn't getting recognition. Winning is getting better. The people you admire most, the ones who seem like they came out of nowhere, didn't come out of nowhere. They were working in silence while everyone else was performing. They were building while everyone else was talking about building. They were getting better while everyone else was seeking validation for being average. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. It's the ultimate form of self-discipline because it requires you to care more about the result than the recognition. And when you get there, when you genuinely stop needing the applause, that's when everything changes. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, work on your most important goal in complete silence. Don't post about it. Don't tell anyone. Don't look for validation. Just work. And at the end of 7 days, look at what you built. If this one hit home, subscribe. Because this channel is built for people who are serious about becoming who they're capable of being. No fluff, no noise, just the work. I'll see you in the next one.